All right, boys. We're going to do a lesson today on fact families. Do either of you know what a fact family is?
Yeah.
We did do them during walkthroughs. Do you remember what they are?
Not that well.
Okay. So fact families are a set of 3 numbers that you can switch around to make 4 different math equations. So for our first one, I'm going to show you what I mean. We'll do it together. On the top, I'm going to write 10 as my total. The yellow box at the top is always our total. That'll always be the biggest number, okay? So can one of you think of a way to make 10? What are 2 numbers we can use to make 10? Yes, Terrell?
2 5s.
Okay, so 5 and 5. Let's write 5 and 5 in our blue boxes.
And 5.
And 5. Okay. So if you look at our top line here, it says blank plus blank equals blank. How could we take these numbers and turn them into a number sentence? Using addition. Yes, Trace?
5.
Okay. Equals what?
10.
Good job. 5 plus 5 equals 10. Now, this one's going to be simple because the 2 numbers we have at the bottom are the same. Normally, when we go down to the next addition problem, we would switch the numbers around. But since we have the same numbers, it's going to look exactly the same, right? So it would be another 5 plus 5 equals 10. The next one I'm going to make a little bit more tricky. So go ahead and write that again, Trace. Okay. So if you look at our very next one, it is. It's subtraction, minus, take away. One of the, yep, all those are the same. How would we write a subtraction problem using these numbers? What number always comes first in subtraction? The bigger number or the total. So what's going to be our first number for the subtraction problem? 10. And then we fill in the other numbers, right? So the numbers we're putting in are 5 and 5. So 10 take away 5 is 5. Same thing for the next subtraction. Our bigger number, or our total, always comes first. So we're going to have 2 addition and 2 subtraction. 10 take away 5 equals 5. Good job. Okay, I forgot to grab us an eraser. Let me grab it. Yep, we're gonna do a couple more of these, guys. This is practice.
We're having some more practice time.
Yes.
That's like walkthrough has like check tomorrow too.
Okay. So once you get that all cleaned off, Terrell, why don't you give me the 3 numbers? Give me the total first. The total we're gonna come up with. 20? Oh, that's a big one, but all right, let's do it. 20 on the top. What 2 numbers make 20? Now we have to think of different numbers. I don't want to do like 10 and 10 because we just did ones with the same numbers. I want to show you how we flip them to make different number sentences. So what 2 numbers can we use to make 20?
What else numbers make 10?
If that's a little difficult, we can change the top number if you want to do something smaller. And then we can go on to bigger numbers, okay? So we're going to switch. Okay, think of a number, Terrell.
I have one.
Hold on. Terrell's turn. 11. Okay. Let's do 11.
Oh, I can do that.
What 2 numbers make 11? Got a bunch of different combinations here. Just pick a random number in your head that's lower than 11. Just pick a number lower than 11. I'll show you how to do this an easy way. Okay, 10. So we're going to put 10 in one of our bottom blue squares. 10 plus what is 11? 1. Okay, so our numbers, we have 11 as our total, 10 as one of our add-ins is what it's called. It's called an add-in. And 1 as our other add-in. So, Trace, what would our first number sentence look like? Remember, with addition, where does the total come? Where does the bigger number come? At the end, right? So we can write that in right away, that our 11 is going to be at the end because it's our total.
11.
Yep, you can write it on both. That's a good idea. That's okay. That's good, Trace. It lets me know you're getting what we're doing. You have both of the 11s in the total spot for our addition problem, which comes at the end of the problem, and the 11s at the beginning of your subtraction problems, where the total comes. So, how would we write our first number sentence, Terrell? We have 11 as the total. What are our first two numbers going to be? 1 and 10. So, read that number sentence to me, please. We're going to fix that one. Erase these ones. Nope, they're not both going to be the same, remember? I said we're going to flip them in the second one. So don't go too far ahead.
1 plus 10.
Okay, we got 1 plus 10 is 11. Now, we know that the total stays in the last spot. Now we have to flip our numbers to make a different number sentence. Still using the same numbers, but putting the first two in a different order.
Oh, it would be for the 2.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. You got it, Trace. So we flip it to make 10 plus 1 equals 11. Okay, we got subtraction now. Where does the total go? At the beginning.
11 take away 1.
Okay, we can do 11 take away 1 first equals 10. Then what would our... Yep, then we flip them. So what would the next one look like, Trace?
1 take away
11 take away
10.
10 equals 1. Nice job, guys. You're really getting this.
When the best one after while doing this and walkthroughs.
Well, walkthroughs is only a half hour lesson with a lot of people. You got to make sure you're getting it all down so that you're able to do it on your own. And then when you get real good at it, we'll flip to the other side and do multiplication and division. Okay, so turn back over. I'm going to make up one now.
I didn't make that.
I'm going to do 15. 15 will be our total.
Is this how you make a 15?
Yes. So for our bottom numbers, I'm going to have 7. And somebody tell me 7 plus what equals 15? Either you can count on in your head or use your finger. 7 plus what is 15? Yes.
7
We're only going to 15. You counted to 16. Okay, put your marker down for a second. How many? 8. Good job. 7 plus 8 is 15. Okay. So, show me in our first two addition sentences, where does our total go?
15.
Yep, where's it go in the addition? Yes, at the end. Make both of our addition problems
Can you
equal
put
15.
7 in here?
Okay, so, Trace, please don't go on without us. Here, I'll do this upside down so you guys can follow along with me. So, Terrell, no, Trace, pay attention, honey. You're going too far. Going too far without us. Terrell said our first number would be 7. Right?
And the second one
So the second number would be 8.
is just flip it.
Wait. Trace, tell me what our second addition sentence would be.
It would be 8 plus 7.
8 plus 7. Oh, that's second sentence. Trace, in our next subtraction number sentences, where does our total go?
And as the first one.
The first one, right? Goes at the beginning.
Excuse me.
Okay. Trace, tell me our first number sentence when you're done writing your 15.
7
Okay, 15. Take away equals 8. Perfect. And Terrell, do the last one for me. Okay, read it to me so I can fill mine in.
15 take away 8 equals 7.
Good job, guys. We'll stop there for now because I know Miss Chelsea's doing some fun pie stuff in your room for you guys today. But I think you guys understand it. We'll get into some harder ones next time, okay?
You mean the back?
Yep.